Okay, everybody, I wanted to do a quick one talking about damage volume devices. And this is kind of a neat one because I didn't know about it until I saw it on the forum. But there is a way for you to create an area inside of your game with UEFN where you just drag in what's called a damage volume. So what that is a way to either partially eliminate your characters or completely eliminate them. And if you go into the content browser here, you can see damage volume. If we search for damage volume, just drag it out like that. And it looks like that. Now, this is just the start of it. So if we look over at my lava pit. Now, to make lava, super simple. I don't know if we should really get into this too much because you might not want to make a lava pit. You might want to make anything else. But there's all kinds of stuff inside of the content browser for making lava. From just these little 1x1s to a 4x4 to something like a tile straight. So if we put this guy over here and kind of take a look around, we can see that it is sort of a straight line. Or you can grab these little pizza shaped ones where they make a quarter of a pizza. So that's what I did. I made a quarter of a pizza at a time. And I made my little lava pit that I'm going to have characters get hurt in. So let's take a quick look inside of Fortnite to see what that does. Okay, so here inside of Fortnite, we can see I've got my character. He can run around this lava pit. But as soon as he pops in, he takes a hit for 10 and 10 again and one more 10. So the speed at which a character takes damage is called a tick rate. So let's go into UEFN and take a look at how this is developed. So in the middle here of my lava pit is one of those damage volumes. See, I can just drag it out and this is a damage volume. I'll put it back in. And the thing is the damage volume can actually take two different shapes and it's kind of inconvenient. So I thought I would show you guys, if we set it to box, so it gets box or cylinder. If we set it to box, you can see it kind of comes outside of my shape. And that's going to be really common. So if you have this guy here and you have it at box, or that's what a cylinder looks like, but it's never going to quite match up to certain areas. So to hide that, I just put in some rocks, or if we go shift 2, we can go into landscape mode and we can just sort of sculpt the area up a little bit to hide it, to hide the edge of the bounding box of the damage volume. So that's just a little trick, but let's take a look at what the damage volume does. So shift 1, go back to selection mode. We'll select our damage volume. So now inside of the damage volume, we can set up a whole bunch of stuff. And the first thing that you're going to set up is how much damage it does. In this case, it's the default 10. And I've got it set as a tick rate of 2 seconds. You can go from 1 to 60. So every second it takes off a particular amount of damage, or up to every 60 seconds it takes off a particular amount of damage. Pretty cool. Now, the really neat thing is inside of the advanced tab here is we can select an index, that a team index that it's going to hurt. So in this case, team index 1 is going to be the team that gets damaged unless we have this invert team selection. So if you have a base for team 1 and a base for team 2, 3, 4, 5, so what you'd want to do is you'd want to make these places safe for that team that owns that place, maybe. And in this case, team index 1, and then we invert it so every other team gets hurt. Same thing for classes. We have a selected class. We could put any class we want, class slot of 1. So if you have a bunch of classes in your game, like medics, snipers, assault, whatever, you can have it so that, say, your medics are class slot 1 and they're not going to get hurt. Or you can invert this class selection so that everybody except a medic would get hurt. Did I say that right? I think I said that right. If you have class slot 1, then those players are going to get hurt. Invert it, then those are the players that are not going to get hurt. Everybody else will. You can have it affect creatures, players, guards, vehicles. So it doesn't actually have to affect your players, but in this case we do. And there's two different types of damage that it will do. It can be either straight out damage, so every 10 seconds, or you can set it to elimination, which means that you no longer need to set the tick rate or the damage. It will literally just eliminate the character. So this can be handy if you have say you have an area of your map that's no man's land and somebody comes into here, then you can set it to that they just get eliminated instead of having it so that it's lava or some kind of pit of problems or a bunch of spikes or whatever. So that's the very basics of how you might use a damage volume. I think it's really cool. I think this is a very handy feature. I didn't know about it, so I thought maybe somebody else might not know about it. And that's the basics of how you use it. You can move it around. Obviously, you can move it around like anything. You can scale. If we hit R for a resize, we can scale it up or down on the Z and all that kind of stuff. So we can set the size that we want it to sit in and how it'll affect. So you can affect a really huge area or just a tiny little area. So you can make a game of don't go in the lava. Who knows? Whatever. Okay, that's it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.